Hello! I seem to have been on a bit of a vintage streak recently, so this is another Ludwig. I have to say, I like the drum. I've always liked this drum. I like the way it sounds. I like some of the attributes that it has. I think the drum actually physically is pretty hideous in terms of the colour scheme. The fella who sold me the drum said that he thought that this particular colouring would become sort of a classic. Now, I don't follow vintage drums anymore. I haven't done for at least a decade. I don't know if that ever became the case, but anyway, I shall let you judge for yourselves. It's the most, well, that's nasty to me. Green, gold, green. That's a nasty colour scheme as far as I'm concerned, but you know, it's not all about it's not all about the way the drum looks. You know, the paint's flaking off a bit there, but you know what? I've always liked this drum. I like the way it sounds, and I've got no sort of special attachment to it in terms of some of the drums that I have, like the drum up there, which you can't really see. I bought in memory of my grandfather, was just after he died, because it's a nice bright colour, like the Timeless Timber has a bit of a meaning, you know, nothing like that. But I do like the way it sounds. It's quite dry. It's always been quite dry. It's a 6-lug Pioneer, brass hoops, baseball bat muffler there. You've got the, I don't know if that's, I've never seen like that particular strainer with that arm on it, but again, that might well be very common. I just wouldn't know anymore. It's got old Ludwig wires on it, which I've only just noticed are rather badly spaced there, and given that the cord on this is not as old as the heads, I can only put my hand up to not putting that on straight. But white interior, and I think possibly the weirdest thing about this is that, have you ever seen an Emperor snare head? Because I haven't. This is the only one I've ever seen, and I can't imagine why anyone would want a snare side head that thick, unless you're playing with tree trunks and battering the hell out of the drum. Other than that, I don't know, but this is the only drum I've ever seen with an Emperor snare side head on it, and this is the original batter head that came on the drum. I get a little bit superstitious sometimes. I've got an Anton Fig Yamaha signature drum up there, which was the first drum I ever reviewed for MikeDelware.com. It was the first drum I ever properly wrote about, and that drum also has the original batter head on it. I get a little bit paranoid and a little bit worried that if I changed the head, I might lose that little inherent thing I liked about it, and I've certainly done that previously. That DW, in fact, when I bought that had that nice, well, I didn't think it at the time, it had that DW nasal honk to it, which I didn't like at the time, tuned it out. Now I've sort of turned around slightly on that sort of sound and a little bit more of an individual sound. Can't get it back for the life of me. So, you know, live and learn and all that. So, but as I said, I don't really like changing heads unless I need to. I hardly ever use this drum. I'm probably only ever going to use this drum for the foreseeable future in here. So I've got no need to change the head. It sounds just right as I have it now. To me, I like it, and that's all that counts. So anyway, I'll do a spin round. I'll do a sound file. You can hear how it sounds. Hopefully you will like it, or at least you'll be able to hear what I like about it. And anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.